The golden sun sank behind the savannah. Shadows stretched across the tall grass. The air grew heavy, filled with the scent of dust and dry earth. A lion moved slowly, muscles rippling under his bronze coat. His eyes gleamed like burning amber in the fading light. Every step he took was steady. Every sound around him made his ears twitch. From the distance came a cackling cry. Hyenas! Their laughter broke the silence like cracked thunder. The lion froze, his tail flicking in sharp movements. The grass rustled. Out stepped a hyena, teeth bared in a cruel grin. Its yellow eyes glowed with mischief, with hunger, with challenge. Then another appeared. And another. The lion stood tall, mane bristling like fire. The ground seemed to tremble beneath his paws. The hyenas circled, snapping their jaws. Their laughter grew louder, echoing in the vast emptiness. The lion's chest rose and fell with deep, steady breaths. But inside, his heart hammered against his ribs. The world narrowed. Only the ring of glowing eyes remained. The savannah was no longer wide and free. It was a cage. A cage filled with snarls, with growls, with rising madness. Then, in a flash, a hyena lunged. Its jaws clamped down on the lion's flank. The lion roared. The sound split the evening sky, shaking the air, scattering the birds from the acacia trees. The battle had begun. The lion twisted his body with a sudden force. His powerful paw struck the hyena across the face. A sharp yelp pierced the night air. Blood sprayed into the dust. But the others did not back away. They closed in, eyes gleaming with cruel excitement. The lion's mane bristled, thick and wild. Every strand carried the scent of rage. Another hyena leapt from behind. Its teeth scraped against the lion's back. The sound was like bone grinding against stone. The lion spun, his roar tearing through the savannah. The earth itself seemed to tremble beneath his fury. He sank his teeth into the hyena's shoulder. The scream that followed was raw and jagged. But the circle did not break. The pack moved tighter. The grass shook with the rhythm of their paws. The night air carried a stench of blood, sweat, and fear. The lion's vision blurred for a moment. Dust stung his eyes. His ears rang with the endless laughter of the hyenas. It was not laughter anymore. It was a chorus of madness. Every sound scraped against his mind. Every bite of air burned in his throat. The lion's heart thundered like war drums. Still he stood. Still he fought. Another hyena lunged for his throat. The lion ducked, barely in time. Its teeth snapped on empty air. But the shock of that moment froze him for a heartbeat. A single heartbeat too long. Because from the side, another set of jaws sank deep into his leg. Pain exploded through the lion's body. His leg buckled beneath him. The weight of the hyena dragged him lower, closer to the dust. Claws tore at his mane, ripping tufts of golden hair into the wind. The lion roared again, deeper, darker, filled with fury and agony. The savannah answered with silence, broken only by snarls and growls. He twisted, muscles straining, veins pulsing like cords of fire. With a violent jerk, he slammed his massive paw down. The hyena beneath him let out a guttural cry. Bones cracked like dry twigs snapping in the night. But there was no time to breathe. Another hyena lunged for his face. Its hot breath struck his muzzle, foul and sharp. Teeth grazed his cheek, leaving a streak of blood. The lion staggered backward, his vision shaking. His leg throbbed, every step heavy as stone. The pack tightened again. Eyes glowed like cold lanterns in the dark. Their cackles rose higher, sharper, filling the air like shards of broken glass. The lion's ears rang with the noise, drowning out everything else. Even the beating of his own heart seemed distant. Then, suddenly, the hyenas stopped. Their laughter died. They stood frozen, lips curled, bodies tense. The lion's breath came in rough, ragged bursts. He lifted his head, mane soaked in sweat and blood. In that instant, the silence was worse than the fight. The air was thick, pressing against his lungs. Every blade of grass seemed to whisper. Every shadow seemed alive. The lion's eyes darted left, then right. Something was wrong. Terribly wrong. The lion's chest heaved, his body trembling from the battle. Blood marked the ground like scattered fire. The hyenas stood frozen, their eyes no longer wild with hunger, but wide with fear. From the distance came a deep rumble. Low, heavy, relentless. It was not the lion's roar. It was thunder. Dark clouds had swallowed the sky. The first flash of lightning tore the heavens apart. The plains shivered beneath the storm's arrival. The hyenas glanced at one another. For the first time, they stepped back. Their cackles had vanished, replaced by uneasy silence. One by one, they slipped into the tall grass. Their shapes dissolved into the shadows, leaving only the sound of wind and distant thunder. The lion stood alone. His body bore the marks of battle, wounds stinging, blood dripping, legs trembling. But his eyes still burned with fire. He lifted his head, mane whipping in the rising storm. A roar erupted from his chest. Louder than the wind. Louder than the thunder. It rolled across the savannah, carrying power, pain, and triumph. The land answered with silence. The lion had endured. The night was his. And the echoes of his roar would live forever across the endless plains. Glowing star, the end glowing star.